All right, I'm not going to waste your time. This is going to be a full guide, full step-by-step guide on how to live the worst life the worst life that you possibly can, all right? And make sure to watch this video till the very end if you want to get the most benefit from this, right? So, step 1, mental health. Now, who the fuck needs to improve their mental health? Like, what the fuck? Like, we don't need to improve our mental health. Like, it's not like it's one of the most important things of our lives. Like, who the fuck needs that? So the first thing I would do is never exercise, right? Who the fuck needs to go to the gym? Like, you see all these people like, oh yeah, I want to get bigger, bro. Like, I want to get stronger, bro. Like, I want to improve my health, bro. Who the fuck needs to do that? We don't need to do that. Who the fuck needs health? Like, the gym's too hard anyway. It's not like I'm gonna use like, discipline or anything like that. Like, it's not like, discipline's like a character trait that you can develop that's like really important. Like, who the fuck needs discipline? Who the fuck needs to go to the gym? That's gay as fuck, isn't it? So don't go to the gym, right? The second thing I would do is to eat shit food entirely. So I wouldn't eat any healthy food. Who the fuck needs to eat like, unprocessed whole foods that will improve your health? Who the fuck needs that, right? So what I would do is I would make sure that all the food that I eat has seed oils, red 40, and processed sugar. So anything that comes in, a can, box, package, etc., a bag, just eat that. Why? Because, it tastes good and it's like, it gives me like, nice feelings when I eat it. Like, yeah, like who the fuck cares? Like, oh yeah, like it might be like bad for my health or anything like that. Like, yeah, sure, it might be. But who the fuck needs to improve that? By the way, just so you know, like the mind and body are like entirely intertwined. And so when you make sure that your physical health is as terrible as possible, your mental health will also be pretty bad, right? So that's obviously the goal here. Now, the third thing I would do is I would make sure that I would never ever go outside. Who the fuck needs to touch grass, bro? That's gay as shit. Like, come on, I can already do that. Like, I can. Like the sun's gonna like give me cancer anyway. So like, who the fuck needs to go outside? Right. So I'd make sure never go outside. Now, the fourth thing I would do instead of going outside is I would make sure to allocate as much time as possible to scrolling on social media and playing games as well, right? Because like it's not like those things are like, a waste of time or anything. Like, yeah, who the fuck needs to be productive and like actually like, achieve something with their lives? Like I can just scroll on TikTok instead. Duh. Play video games for the bare minimum, by the way, for this full guide. If you want to get the most benefit, the bare minimum for playing games is at least 10 hours. At the very least 10 hours. If you want to get even more benefit, you got to do more. But at the very least, you got to play 10 hours of games, right? Because that's just a waste of time. And so this is not only going to degrade your physical health, but also your mental health, right? I would make sure to never ever talk to people, right? Because I'm fucking scared of girls. I'm scared of like talking to people, right? So I would make sure to just lock myself in my room and do all bad habits, of course. It's not like talking to people has one of the greatest benefits to your mental health overall. It's not like it's one of the most important things of our entire lives. It's like relationships. Yeah, that's a fucking lie, bro. Like, come on. And the final thing I would do is I would make sure to jack off at least, the very least 3 times. The very least 3 times. Why? Because this is gonna degrade your self-esteem. This is gonna waste time. And it's gonna give you nice feelings for a couple seconds. And we want those, right? We want those nice feelings for a couple seconds. We don't want to do delayed gratification activities. Like, who the fuck needs to do that? Who the fuck needs to get bigger and stronger and healthier and improve their mental health? Like, who the fuck needs to do that? Nobody needs to do that. So, step 1, mental health. Make sure that your mental health is as bad as possible. Step 2 is physical health. Now, the same things, interestingly, the same things that degrade your mental health will also make your physical health shit as well. So make sure to just double down on those key things that I just listed if you want not only the worst physical health, but the worst mental health. Right? So I'd make sure to never do that. Third thing is purpose. What the fuck does purpose even mean, bro? Like, who the fuck needs purpose? Who the fuck needs that? Like, you know, you see these fucking idiots on YouTube like, oh yeah, make sure to align 100% real life to your purpose, bro. Who needs to do that? It's not like your purpose is going to give you like, it's not like your purpose is going to be the thing that gives you the most fulfillment out of anything ever in your entire life. It's not like it's going to do that. Who the fuck needs purpose? I can just play video games instead. I can just get my purpose from instant gratification activities that waste time, right? So for this one, this practical actionable step that you can take is to make sure, again, to play as many hours of games as you can. Right? What did I say the bare minimum was, right? At least 10. At least 10 hours. Why? Because again, it's a waste of time. It's going to give me nice feelings right now, which is just a form of instant gratification. I'm leveling up in the game instead of real life because, you know, who the fuck needs to level up in real life anyway? It's not like, you know, that means anything or anything. So make sure to do that. That's a really, really key step, by the way, into leading a miserable life. Make sure to play as many games as you possibly can for as long as you possibly can, right? Yeah, who the fuck needs purpose? What the fuck does that even mean, bro? You see all these gurus reading like this fucking book called like The Way of the Superior Man or whatever the fuck. Like that's something gay as shit, doesn't it? Who the fuck needs that? I can just play games instead, right? So step 1, make sure your mental health is as shit as possible. Step 2, physical health. And again, the same things for physical health will also degrade your mental health as well. So again, make sure to don't work out. Because, you know, it's not like, you know, when I'm old, I'm going to get like, you know, joint pain or whatever, like if I don't work out, like, no, it's not going to happen. I'll be fine. Make sure to eat shit food as well. Because again, who the fuck needs health these days? Like, I'm just eating this because it tastes good. Just a form of instant gratification. We don't need health. We don't need to care about our health and well-being. Who the fuck needs that? Make sure as well, never go outside. Because again, like it's been shown consistently that getting sunlight is like really, really good for you, right? But who the fuck needs that? Who the fuck needs to get sunlight? I can just play games instead. Like touching grass, like it's too much effort. But like, you know, I have to like get up off my crusty black computer chair and like move my legs out of this room. Like I don't really want to do that. So I'm just gonna be a lazy fuck and I'm just gonna sit here and just play games instead. Duh. That's the only logical decision, right? And again, make sure replace going outside with playing games. Again, like I keep mentioning playing games because that is a very, very crucial step in this. Again, at least 10 hours bare minimum. That keeps the doctor away, right? And I would make sure to never talk to people because I'm fucking scared of girls. And because I'm scared of girls, I'm just gonna jack off because I'm scared to talk to the opposite sex. Who the fuck needs to do that when I can just jack off to porn anyways? So I'd make sure to never ever talk to anybody. And again, final step, right? What's that final step? You know this. At least 3 times a day. 3 times a day keeps the doctor away. You know what I'm saying? At the very, very minimum, 3 times. Why? Because this is going to waste time. It's going to give me instant gratification, nice feelings for, you know, a couple seconds. And that's what we want here. We want to maximize this. And once again, who the fuck needs to talk to girls? Who needs that? The same things that degrade your mental health will degrade your physical health. So make sure to do those things. Okay, make sure to like double down on those things so you get the most benefit out of this. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, a very, very important one here. I would make sure to make every excuse possible. All the excuses that I have, like, I would make sure to maximize those so I don't take any responsibility. I don't take any accountability for what's happening. I always blame it on other people. Because, you know, I don't want to fucking take responsibility. Like, who the fuck needs to do that? Who the fuck needs to, like, better their responsibility skill and, like, you know, improve their discipline or whatever the fuck that means? So I'd make sure to make excuses. Make sure to maximize these, by the way, because these are really, really going to help you. Excuses are really, really going to help you in this full guide. Maximize those and don't take any responsibility for whatever happens. No responsibility. If you feel depressed, it's because of fucking genetics, bro. It's not because you only sleep 4 hours or you play video games for 10 hours and, you know, you eat shit food and you don't exercise to be healthier. It's not because of that. It's because, like, you know, genetics and stuff. Duh. Like you see all these self-improvement motherfuckers that are just like, oh yeah, actually, if you want to be not depressed, you just gotta like exercise and work out and all this stuff. No, what the fuck? Who the fuck needs to do that? It's because of genetics, bro. Duh. So again, no responsibility, no accountability, and excuses are your best friend here. Excuses are going to be your best friend here and all this stuff. Depression and anxiety. Now we got to talk about these because these are really, really important. And again, this ties back to mental health. How I would make sure to be consistently depressed is I would make sure, again, what are the 6 things that I talk about? Don't exercise, don't eat good food, right? No social connection, jack off, and play games. That's it. So if you want to maximize depression, make sure to do those core 6. These are the core 6, by the way, to living a miserable life. Make sure to maximize those. And for anxiety, what I would do is I would make sure to constantly overthink. And the way I would do this is just not meditate. Because, I tried meditating for like 2 minutes. I'm like, who the fuck needs to do that? Who the fuck needs to meditate? Like, bro, like, who needs to try and, like, improve their mind and become more present and mindful? So, like, hold eye contact with it. Like, who the fuck needs to do that? Nobody needs to do that. And so, to consistently have anxiety, what I would do is I would always make sure that whenever I get a thought to overthink about it, and I would make sure to do shallow breathing as well, because this really helps in this, by the way. I would make sure to breathe from my mouth and breathe really shallowly like this. Who the fuck needs to breathe from your nose? It's not like breathing from your nose is going to be healthier for you or whatever the fuck's like. Who the fuck needs to do that? Right, that's gay as shit. So I'd make sure to never meditate. That's a really, really crucial one, by the way. This is also really, really crucial. Because, if you meditate, you become more mindful and present and like, you can like actually talk to people and not be autistic or whatever the fuck like these self-improvement idiots are saying. Who the fuck needs to do that? Nobody. Like I tried meditating for like 3 minutes and it didn't work. It's not like I've been like completely mindless my whole life and I need to be consistent in meditation or anything like that. Like no, because again here, what did I tell you? Excuses are your best friend. Okay, so make sure to make as many of them as possible and never take responsibility for anything that happens in your life, right? Because again, genetics. Duh. That's obviously the answer here. So, not meditating is a really, really crucial one because it's going to increase anxiety, right? And we already talked about depression. We already know how to be depressed. I would always make sure to always be emotional and always act on my feelings, right? This is also really, really crucial here. If my emotions tell me that I'm going to eat the cake, I'm just going to fucking eat the cake. Who needs to use like, willpower and all this stuff to like, resist that and like, be healthier or whatever the fuck? Who needs to do that? If my emotions tell me to like, eat the cake, I'm just going to fucking eat it. If my emotions tell me to jack off 3 times, I'm just going to do it. Who the fuck, like, again, who needs to talk to girl? Who the fuck needs to do that? Right? Like, you don't need social connection. I'm just going to like, like, those fucking studies that's like, oh yeah, actually, social connection is one of the most important things in our lives and it improves our mental health. Who the fuck needs that? Well, yeah, relationships are actually one of the most important parts of life. You should prioritize them. The fuck? No. I'm not gonna do that. I don't feel like it. I'm not gonna like, use discipline to like, do the hard work. Like, who the fuck needs to do that? Who the fuck needs to like improve themselves? Like, that's gay as fuck. So make sure, again, excuses are going to be your best friend here. Really, really prioritize those, all right? Leading a miserable life is like probably one of the worst decisions that you'll ever make. And it's really, really simple as well. Make sure to always prioritize the things that make your physical health, your mental health worse, right? Because that's going to, increase depression and anxiety. And it's also like, how we live a miserable life, of course. And just prioritize instant gratification. Just prioritize your feelings. If my feelings tell me to eat the cake, just eat the cake. Like, who the fuck needs it? We're all gonna die anyway, right? It's not like our life has a deeper purpose and meaning to it. Like, the fuck does that even mean? It's gay as fuck, isn't it? If you feel like playing video games for a couple hours, just play them. Maybe even play for a little bit more than that, because again, we're gonna die anyway, right? Like you see all these self-improvement narcs, like, oh yeah, actually, video games is a waste of time. You can level up in real life and with it. Again, what did I say here? Excuses, you're your best friend. You get what I'm saying? This has been the full guide on how to live a miserable life. Hope this video helped you, bro. Take care.